Hey there, and welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to extend you an invitation. I would love for you to come and join the Unapologetic Mompreneur Facebook group. This free community is full of amazing women just like you and I who are all striving to unapologetically create a business and life they love that is on their terms. A safe and welcoming space you'll find all the help and support you need to go from surviving to thriving as a mompreneur and create the life you want for you and your family without worrying about what other people think. It's my absolute favorite place to hang out by far. I regularly go live sharing tips and strategies that I don't share anywhere else. There's Q&A sessions, masterclasses, and the opportunity to connect and hang out with fellow mompreneurs and talk about all things biz life and mum life too. You don't have to do this alone. Head to facebook.com/the Unapologetic Mompreneur or click the link in the show notes and come and join us today. I can't wait to see you on the inside. Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 7 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. In today's episode, I want to touch on some of the darker sides, darker aspects of embarking on this journey to living a more unapologetic life, and some of the struggles and some of the obstacles that may crop up along the way that you might not be expecting. And I think it's super important to talk about this because so far on this podcast, I've talked about all of the really good things, the benefits, the ways that you'll thrive, the ways that your life will change for the better when you start becoming more unapologetic in the way that you live your life. And I've shared some of the things that I don't apologize for in my day-to-day, both as a mum and as the boss of my business, in my way of becoming an unapologetic mompreneur, and so that I can create a life that I love and that is right for me and my family. And that is all great and it's brilliant. And there are so many benefits, and the way that you feel so much happier and more fulfilled when you are living your life as your authentic self and living life on your terms is amazing. But there's also some obstacles and challenges along the way too, because like any other journey, all journeys are full of ups and downs and highs and lows and struggles. And I think it's so important to touch on some of these and just share them with you so that you know what to expect when you are first starting out on your journey to becoming more unapologetic in the way that you live your life, and when you start doing things that are right for you on your terms, and the kind of things that might crop up. I want to share these with you, not to scare you, not to put you off and to be all doom and gloom, but I think it's so important to touch on these so that you know to expect them along the way, that you know that these may be some roadblocks that will crop up for you. And then when they do raise their head, what to do about them so that you're kind of forewarned and you can know to expect that they may well be coming. But then also to see that there is a positive side from these too as well. I'm going to share with you 3 different obstacles and struggles that I experienced when I first started out and even today still crop up for me, so that you know what they are, what to expect, but actually how to turn those negatives and turn those obstacles into a positive, because good things always come from these things. No matter how hard they might be, there is always a silver lining. And I want to share these with you and the positives of them too, so that not only do you know how to tackle them when they, and if they do crop up and raise their head, but also so that you can see what the plus is and that how you can gain from pushing through these and what you will get when you get from the other side. Because like all other journeys, there is those highs and lows, there are those struggles, but actually when you get to the other side, truly amazing things happen. And I think it's so important to share both sides of this coin, both sides of the journey, of the goods and the bads and the challenges and the great things that come from living a more unapologetic life. And so the first thing that I really struggled with, that cropped up for me, was that I experienced pushback from others. And this really took me by surprise, because I thought once I started stepping out and sharing what I wanted to do, both with my business and the way that we were creating the life that we wanted for our family and a way that worked for us, I thought that everybody was going to be 100% supportive. And majority of them were, don't get me wrong, they really, really were. But there was also a lot of pushback from some people that I weren't expecting as well. I got a lot of comments of, aren't you happy just being a stay-at-home mum? Or, why do you want to start a business? Isn't that, all that uncertainty, and isn't it scary? And are you sure you're doing the right thing? And getting and experiencing that pushback from when you're trying to step outside of, or you're making those first things of actually stepping out of those traditional family roles and those norms that society put on us of what we, they think that we should be doing. And there are always going to be people that have an opinion, and people I clearly found were only 100% happy and too willing to tell you what they really, really felt. And I know, and I've said this before in a previous episode, that sometimes people share their opinions because they have our best interests at heart. But sometimes that judgment and that criticism and that pushback can knock us down, and it can cause us to really, really question what it is that we're doing. And, if we're actually making the right steps here, are we doing things, who are we to do with it? And all of those kind of thoughts come up because we're getting that pushback from others. And that resistance can make it hard for us to keep going. It can cause us to question things and really just think, hang on, are we actually on the right path here? Maybe I should just go back to doing what I was doing before. And who am I to actually do all of these changes? But I want you to know that if this does crop up for you, that if you do experience some pushback from others, just take a moment to know that it says more about them than it does about you. For some reason, the thing that you are doing is triggering them. It's setting something off inside them of something that the thought that they have about it, or maybe that there's a little bit of jealousy there, or it triggers a fear in them that they have themselves, that they're not brave enough to actually make a change for the better, or take a step to do something that they've been thinking about doing for a long time, but are scared by doing it too. And by you doing it and stepping out and embarking on that journey of personal growth triggers something from them as well. So there could be all kinds of reasons why they are giving you that judgment and criticism. And people have always got something to share. Haters are always going to hate, and you are always going to have somebody who has an opinion about something that you are doing or doesn't like what you are doing, because it's truly impossible to please everybody. There will always be someone out there who has an opinion about something that you are doing, but know that it says more about them than it does about you. And you don't need to justify your choices to other people. Trust your vision and passion and the things that drive you. And others don't know that it's okay, that others don't need to understand that. And believe in yourself and your purpose and your value. And then because of that, the plus side, the benefit of that is, although you might get that judgment and criticism, know that because you trust your vision, because you are following that passion that drives you, and that it's okay if other people don't understand, that helps you to actually partly develop a thicker skin, but also know that their opinions don't matter as much as you thought that they did. And because you trust what matters to you most, you find the energy and the passion to keep going. Your why stays super, super strong, and you can keep carving your way forward even if you don't necessarily always have, the positivity from everybody else. Know that you are always going to get judgments. You are always going to get somebody who has an opinion about it, but don't let that derail you. Own your choices and know that you are doing what you're doing for a reason. You know what you're passionate about. You know what drives you. And you absolutely deserve to focus on all of your goals and dreams. And so whilst you expect to get some kind of criticism or pushback from others along the way, just stay true to you. Trust that vision and passion. Know that other people don't need to understand that. And then in turn, you will find that their opinions matter less to you, that you're not judging your own your capabilities and your worthiness based on what other people say. You have that strong why and you trust your own judgment. The second struggle or obstacle that I wasn't expecting when I started embarking out onto living a more unapologetic life was the change I experienced in my friendships. And I even lost some friends along the way too. Now, you may well find that when you're doing the same and you start pursuing your entrepreneurial goals and taking steps to carve a life that in a way that works for you, that comes with changes in your lifestyle, and find that there's lots of different reasons why you too may suddenly find that your friendships change as well. It could be because once we start working on our businesses, we have a lot less free time. When we start in those early days, we are hustling, doing what we can to grow our businesses and get ourselves out there. And that can take away some of our free time. And we may find as a result of that we don't have as much time to spend with with our close friends that we did once before. We can also, as we're going along and we are growing and changing in our businesses and in our journey, we are also on a personal growth journey as well. And we change as a result, and our outlooks change, and the things that we want and the things that matter and our values all shift too as well. And that can cause that some of the friendships that we had before, we're not quite as compatible anymore. It may also be that some of our friends as well just may not totally get the challenges and things that are involved in our entrepreneurship journeys. And it can lead to strained relationships because they may feel envious as well that we're embarking on and doing something totally different. They may feel that they're not part of our lives anymore as well. And all of these sort of things can cause the dynamics in friendships to change too. And that's okay. It's totally okay. And I have found that has been the case with me, that some of my friendships has changed as time has gone on. And because my outlook's changed, I found that I'm not as, totally compatible with some of the friends that I had before. And when you move on into doing different things, it can feel like you're leaving some of your friends behind. But that's all part of the growth process and part of the journey. And that is okay, because the plus side of this is that as you go on and you grow and you evolve, you find new people, you grow your tribe, and you may well lose friends. Like I said, I had one experience where, going back to the judgment, the criticisms that I mentioned in my first struggle, is that one of my friends actually said to my face that she found not only my business, but me annoying. And that really, really hurt. I'm not going to lie, that really hurt. And it knocked me back for quite a few days and weeks. And it was just something that I was not expecting from someone who I thought was a close friend of mine. And, needless to say, for lots of other reasons too, I am now no longer friends with that person. And it's okay. I want you to know that, yes, while you might find that the dynamics in your friendships change, and you may lose friendships along the way as well, that is okay. It is all part of the process and part of the journey. And it is making way for those friendships that change and the friendships that you lose. Makes way for new friendships, for friendships that maybe aren't quite as toxic, for friendships that are two-sided instead of one-sided. And you attract your tribe. You're surrounding yourself with people who have the same goals and dreams as you, the same vision as you. And not only can that be super encouraging and super inspiring, but they also get it. They know what it's like to juggle mompreneur life with running a home and being with your family, and they get all of those struggles. And it's such a unique journey that not everybody around you in your real personal life totally gets it and really understands that unique journey that we are on. And that is okay. So I want you to know that whilst there may be times where your dynamics in your friendships change and that you may even lose friendships along the way as well, it's all part of the journey to living a more unapologetic life, and part of the mompreneurial journey too. But on the plus side, as you go along, you're going to find a new tribe. You're going to attract new friends that have the same goals and visions as you, that are on the same journey as you, and you can share all of your wins and struggles with them too. The third obstacle or struggle that I have regularly faced in my journey to becoming an unapologetic mompreneur and being my authentic self and carving the life that I want to live is all of the mindset shifts that I've had to go through. Because when you first step out and you're making those changes and you're thinking about the kind of life that you want to live and what your values are and everything else, it's all new, uncharted territory. It's scary and it can feel lonely, and you have so many different decisions to make of forging your own path, of questioning what you want and why, and who am I to have this, and all of those thoughts that crop up. If you look around the people around you, it can feel like sometimes you are the only one that is doing things differently. And that can really cause you to second guess yourself, to doubt whether what you are doing is right. And you can compare yourself when you start on this journey as well, of looking at other people who inspire you, who are already on the journey that you're taking. And you can compare yourself to them and think, well, I'm nowhere near that. I'm never going to get to that stage. Am I capable of doing all of this? Oh my goodness, there are so many limiting beliefs and thought processes that can crop up that can cause us to not want to take action and to just go away and hide and to go back to how things were. The way of dealing with this is asking yourself, are you really, really happy with how things are right now? Do you aspire to want to make a change for the better? Can you envision the life that you would like to lead for you and your family? And how you will benefit and what life would be like and how much happier and more fulfilled you would be if you took those steps and you made those decisions to start taking action and creating the life that you want for you and your family. And if the answer is yes to that, and it might be a little bit scary and it causes us to step outside of our comfort zone, and that is scary and terrifying. But if the answer is yes to that, then we have a choice. We can either stay stuck and knowing that in a year's time we'll be exactly where we still are right now, or we can take forward and we can take those steps that we need to take, no matter how scary they might be, knowing that when we get to the other side, how amazing it can be, how much happier, how much more fulfilled you are as a person, because you are staying true to you and you are doing the things that you know that you want to do. If this one raises its head for you, I want you to know that you are not alone. It's been a huge part of the growth journey for me and stepping out and living a more unapologetic life. And it still crops up for me today. Every single day, there is something that crops up where I have to take on and look at my mindset and asking myself what I'm thinking about this and how I can keep going, knowing that I am on the right path. And it all comes down to self-compassion, to being kind to yourself and knowing that the reason that you are doing this, the reason that you are embarking on this journey to leading a more unapologetic life, to being your true, authentic self, is that so you are happy, so that you feel fulfilled, and that you are doing all of this because you know that the benefits outweigh the difficulties and the struggles that you may come across, and the way that you are going to create a better life for you and your family. Know that it might be scary and that there might be challenges along the way, but you are carving a path to greater happiness and more fulfillment, and that there are the challenges, but it is all about the growth. It is about the journey and knowing that by keeping going, you can create something absolutely wonderful. So there we have it, a little bit about the darker side of mompreneurship journey that we don't always talk about, but I think it's so important that we share to know what it is like, what those things can crop up on the journey so that you know to expect them, that you know that it is just part of the process, that is part of the growth process, that they are all okay and that they all actually do have a positive side to it. The judgment and the criticisms that you may get from other people and the pushback is teaching you that to stay true to your path, to know that your passions and your vision is what matters most to you, that people don't necessarily have to understand the reasons why you are doing something, but because you believe in the purpose and the value that you have to give, that others' opinions over time will matter less, that you may crop up and find that your friendship dynamics change and that you may even lose friends along the way, but that is okay. It is part of the growth journey again, and that in losing or dynamics changing in your friendships, you are carving and making more room for the friendships that fit with what you are doing now, that you are finding your tribe and you are connecting with people who have the same goals and visions as you and will be there cheering you on. And then finally, all of those mindset shifts are just part of the growth process as well. And by giving yourself some self-compassion of knowing that what you are doing is helping you create a path to happiness and fulfillment, and that the steps you are taking to manage a business with being a mum is that you are doing what you can to provide the life and create the life that you want for you and your family. Know that this journey to unapologetic mompreneurship and taking the steps you want and need to take to live a more unapologetic life is a brave and personal decision. It may take time for others to adjust to your choices, and some may never fully understand or accept them. There are so many people out there who get to the ends of their days and they wish they had taken these steps too, and it is incredible and so empowering that you are doing this, and that you are doing this knowing that it is going to be your path to more happiness and fulfillment. Stay focused on your goals, remain confident in your decisions, and know that you are doing this for all of the right reasons. And through all those highs and lows and ups and downs and challenges and obstacles that you face, and know that this journey is totally worth it. That's all for today. Stay true to yourself. Stay on your path, mompreneur. You are doing the right things for you and your family, and it's going to be so worth it. And I will chat with you in the next episode. Take care. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.